Well, the next thing has to do with the lands bill, and probably John, if you want to come up and sit in on this and have a little discussion. We're at the point we feel where we need to and can take public input on a lands bill, which would coincide with Congressman Bishop's proposal for eastern Utah with several counties involved. We're thinking of having some open houses with one or more commissioners present, or the commissioner to give a presentation, ask some questions, and then probably some kind of a breakout within the room, wherever it is, to look at various maps and proposals that we are aware of to date in order to facilitate input from attendance at those meetings. We would like to have various maps that have been proposed to date, whether they're from the county, the Dine Bikeyah, SUA, the Nature Conservancy. I think National Parks and Conservation may have a proposal for the Hovenweep area.
Grand Canyon Trust had theirs.
Pardon me?
Grand Canyon Trust had.
Yes, Grand Canyon Trust also. Possibly having those various maps around the room, more or less for information and to maybe stimulate discussion and ideas as to what the county feels about some of those. We think, time-wise, that's probably going to be sometime in early October. And that's a little later than what you would like, Commissioner, but we got some other things happening. And I found out that October would still work with Congressman Bishop's timeline to try to get something towards the end of this year, calendar year. Let's see, John, what have I forgotten? What would you like to add?
I think that's it.
What you're saying, Nick, is that the county would sponsor the meeting.
Yes.
And we would have a copy of everybody's proposed map that they've submitted to Bishop. And we'd have it available so everybody could look at it.
That's correct.
And then the question would be whether the county wants to move forward with a proposal, or just let these other entities make their proposal, and we would be in opposition to everybody's proposal, or do we even want to have that choice?
I was thinking that we as a county would develop a proposal based on input from county residents as well as these groups.
Yeah. I think the danger is if we don't make a proposal and everybody else does, then it just kind of leaves it open. We're left open to whatever is decided without any input. So I think the more information we can give the public to let them know what the other proposals are, to give them some basis for trying to decide what the county should do as a whole.
In addition to that, those open houses, we would set up a website, the county would, to show these maps and other proposals, as well as what we'd like to do is have copies of all the letters that have been submitted to date to Congressman Bishop with these various proposals, to basically show what's out there, what's being proposed, and get feedback on that, or that'd help generate ideas on what the county should do for a proposal. So we're looking at early October. Would one or more, now here again we got the Gunnison Sage Grouse possible hearing that first week in October. We could work around that or go to another week.
I think we need to decide as a commission if that's what the approach we want to use.
Yes.
First of all.
Yes.
So
I'm open to feedback
before we schedule a date.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good approach. But Commissioner Lyman, Commissioner Maryboy, you want to speak to the issue? Either one of you?
I think it's great that the land team still continue to envision on what needs to happen. It does need to happen. And I personally, I'm in a position to take either way at this point in time from the previous comment and inputs that the other people have done. And as far as retrieving all the maps, we should have them all on the Facebook right now, so that's where we should find them all. Continue to chip away.
Who would we need to get permission from to put the Dine Bikeyah proposal on the Facebook or the website we were thinking about? Do you think that proposal is a public proposal at this point, or
It should be. We've been very
Haven't
open
they
and
presented
adamant
it
about
to the congressman already?
I think
Mhm.
so, but some of those that are presented to the congressman, I don't think have given the congressman permission to make it publicly available.
Oh, okay.
We just need to make sure that we're not
Yeah.
putting something up there that somebody is sensitive about. Or
Sure. So, do we need to contact Mark, or?
Yeah, either one of them, either one of us.
Yeah.
Dine Bikeyah, we've been open about the meeting ever since day one, so I don't see what's so secret about that.
Yeah.
I think we're all consensus that these town hall meetings would be a good thing to get the public input. We'd also talked about possibly forming a citizens committee for some input to get specific, a little bit more structured input from the cattlemen, the minerals people, whoever's using the land, the Native Americans, and have a citizen's perspective. Maybe that would come after the open house meeting to see what feedback we get.
Do you think that those groups would not be able to present what they wanted in these public meetings that we need to have?
Oh, sure, they would be able to.
Okay.
I guess when it comes down to actually formalizing a set of priorities for this lands bill, then I think we want some, specific designated spokespeople for the different interested parties. But I'm not sure exactly at what point that happens, if that should happen before the open house or after. And maybe the decision would be, if we want to, at the open houses, if we want a county proposal on a map to present to the public, then I would say we do the committee in advance of that so that we can get those interests on a map. But maybe we say our map will come afterwards.
These open houses may help generate interest in a group, because I know
I agree.
particularly Stockmen maybe aren't that organized in San Juan County as yet. And talking to Jim Keyes, he thought, well, this would be a fire to maybe light some interest. So it might help get some groups interested that way.
I agree. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Okay, so I think we're unified in the fact that we want to move forward with the public process.
Okay, good.
So if you want to, did you want to look at some dates?
We probably should, just to see if you know of any conflicts with, say, the first or second or maybe even the third week in October.